Bradford City have today confirmed their first signing of the 2026 January transfer window, and that is in the way of midfielder Louie Sibley, who has joined from Championship side Oxford United on loan for the remainder of this campaign. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 200 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. What do you think about this signing? Obviously, he's not really played that much football this season for Oxford in the Championship, but he has got a lot of experience at League One level for just a young player. Let's waste no further time though and get straight into it. Now, for those of you who are Tier 3 channel members, you would have actually known that this signing was coming. I did break this news 2 days ago. I said that I'm reliably informed we're close to agreeing a deal with Championship side Oxford United for the signing of midfielder Louie Sibley. Last season scored twice and assisted once. We'll obviously come on to his stats a little bit more in later on in today's video, but if you want insider knowledge about transfers, the Tier 3 channel membership, that's the best place to get it. But the Bradford City article does then read, Sibley arrives as first January recruit. Bradford City AFC is delighted to announce the loan signing of Oxford United's Louie Sibley until the end of the season. The midfielder has tasted success in the third tier before securing promotion to the Championship with Derby County in 2023-24. During that season, Sibley played 38 times and found at the back of the net on 3 occasions in Sky Bet League One, with a further 3 goals in 4 outings in the EFL Trophy. At just 24 years old, Sibley has already amassed over 200 career appearances, including 81 in the Championship. Sibley said, "I'm really excited to be here. As soon as you come to this club, you get a positive feeling about it. The last couple of weeks have been good." I would assume he's obviously not including yesterday. Speaking to the manager, "I just cannot wait to get going. The interest has been there for a while, and as soon as I spoke to the manager, I had a gut feeling. I know this is a massive club, and it was an easy decision." City boss Graham Alexander added, "We are very happy to bring Louie to our club, especially at this early stage of the window. He has great experience for someone of his age. While speaking with him, we could feel his hunger to come here and join our group. He has all the attributes we know will fit in perfectly with what we do and who we are." Louie will wear number 40 during his stay in BD8. His move is obviously subject to the relevant EFL clearances. When was the last time we had a player wear a number in the 40s and actually play? I mean, Oxford didn't even put a club statement out about it. They literally just tweeted a picture of him and said, "Oxford United can confirm Louie Sibley has joined Bradford City on loan until the end of the season. All the best, Sibs." I mean, some Oxford fans might not even know who Louie Sibley is. The guy's played about 10 minutes all season. Now, obviously, the other day when I was told that Bradford City were close to agreeing a deal for Sibley, I did a bit of research on him, and my initial reaction to it was, first, I'm not actually too sure what type of midfielder he is, but I think he's going to play more in the Sarsvik pointing positions rather than the power Metcalf roles. But I think he could probably do a job a little bit deeper if we do need him to, like what Sars can do. I feel like with this type of profile of midfielder, there's somebody who can play in both positions, but it is definitely a position that we needed to improve, and I think attacking midfield is certainly our weakest position in terms of depth, strength in depth, sorry. We've got a lot of players who can play there, but only really Sarsvik and Poynton are good enough to be playing there consistently at League One level, in my opinion. And obviously Sibley has a lot of experience, not necessarily got the goal contribution so far. You know, he's not had mega seasons where he's hit double figures for both goals and assists throughout a full campaign, but as long as he comes in and improves what we've already got, that then makes it a positive sign. And we know there's going to be a lot of outs over this transfer window, some that might not go down too well with the Bradford City fans, but I think we've started out our January recruitment with a smart bit of business here. It's a loan at 24. There's always that possibility we might look to try and sign him on a permanent deal in the summer if he does do very well, but again, it's low risk with it only being a 6-month loan, really. Having a look at Sibley's season so far in the Championship, he has literally played 19 minutes of football so far this campaign, 3 sub appearances, so we can't really be judging him based off of that. But last season in League One, I think he was at Rotherham United, I want to say. He played at 21 matches and started 16 of those. He might have only been there potentially for half a season, but he did manage 2 goals last campaign with an 11% goal conversion rate, and also registered a single assist, creating just the 2 big chances. But then you got to remember Rotherham weren't particularly great last campaign. Defensively, you know, he's going to do a little bit. 2.1 tackles per game, 2.2 balls recovered per game isn't awful. 36% successful dribble rate, wins nearly 50% of his ground duels, but only 17% of his aerial duels. So statistically, again, you're looking at that and thinking 3 goal contributions in 21 appearances. It's not massively standing out, but I think it's the amount of experience that he's got. You look at a lot of our signings we'd done in the summer, they had proven League One experience, and that's why we're working so well. I think Alexander can take what on paper might look like an average or maybe even below par League One standard player and make them a good player. I think we've got a very, very good manager in Graham Alexander. I know there was obviously a lot of frustration after yesterday's starting lineup, and that being a big factor as to why we lost against Mansfield in the manner that we did. But I think in terms of man-for-man management and player development, Alexander is, for me, probably the best manager I've seen at Bradford City in terms of bringing a player in and making them better. He's improved so many players and made them so much better, and I think Louie Sibley will also suit the high press if we do get an opportunity to play that at any point. But we go back to the 23-24 campaign where he played 38 matches that season, starting 23 of those, played over 2,000 minutes, where he did manage 3 goals. He missed 3 big chances but only had an 8% goal conversion rate, so maybe didn't really get that many shots off, but when he did also wasn't really that clinical. So maybe if he shoots more, he might obviously get more goals. But he also registered a further 3 assists in that campaign, created the 4 big chances with a 70% accurate pass rate. Again, defensively, not going to bring you loads, but will still do his fair bit. 1 tackle per game, 2.3 balls recovered per game, picked up 7 bookings in that season as well. Much better from an aerial duels point of view in that campaign, and obviously his dribbles at a successful rate at 36% isn't the worst. I don't think, though, we should be looking too much into the statistics of Louie Sibley. Let him perform in a Bradford City shirt. You go back to the summer and there were players like Curtis Tilt brought in, and there was obviously a lot of question marks raised around that, but I know he's not played that much football so far this campaign because of injury, but in every game that he's played near enough, Curtis Tilt has been a very good performer for Bradford City, and especially since David Sharp has come in, I think we've certainly got a lot of our recruitment right. You know, there's very few players that we've signed and they've gone on and had poor spells with Bradford City, so I think this one could certainly work out very well for us, and I think, again, it's kind of low risk. I think obviously we'll be paying a good contribution towards his wages, but we're not spending big money on him when he's not really got that pedigree behind him. He's got a lot of League One experience, and that's what we need, because behind Poynton and Sarsvik, the options in attacking midfield are not particularly great, as we'll get onto now. Because here is how Bradford City's squad is currently lining up for the remainder of this campaign. Like we expect, there's going to be a fair few more incomings, there's going to be a few outgoings as well. There's strong rumours of a midfielder or maybe a winger coming in from Crystal Palace. I think his last name's Mustafa, can't quite remember off the top of my head, but looking at our options, I've actually had to slightly tweak the graphic because we've got so many natural attacking midfielders. You look at yesterday and the performance of Tyreek Wright and Callum Kavanagh playing in those 2 attacking midfield positions when Poynton's injured, Sarsvik needs to be rested. The quality simply isn't there. I think Sibley needed to be registered with Bradford City by midday today to be eligible to play against Blackpool, so I assume we would have got that one over the line. If Poynton can't start, I would like to see Sibley start on that left side. Sarsvik will obviously definitely come back in against Blackpool as well. So I think this is a good signing for Bradford City at 24. I think he'll come in as well with a little bit of a point to prove, and looking, like I say, at our attacking midfield options, I think he's certainly going to get the opportunity to prove that point, get some regular game time under his belt. Obviously, he is only our second loan signing for this campaign. We still don't really know what's going to happen with Tom McIntyre, who's had just 3 league starts so far this campaign for Bradford City, and the fact that he wasn't even used yesterday, when you look at the quality of that back 3 yesterday, the fact McIntyre can't even get into that, I wouldn't be surprised if he does go back to Portsmouth this January. Maybe they look to sell him or loan him out elsewhere, but I think there's certainly going to be more loan incomings, definitely, and I don't think, given that this is the only piece of transfer business that we've done in January, it would really make sense for me to go through and say, well, this player needs to leave and we need to improve in this position, because I did that video just a couple of days ago, really, maybe like last week, so there's no real point in me doing it again. You all know which players need to move on, you know themselves, you see it all over social media. The players that were playing yesterday, it's the same names coming up constantly that need to move on, and it's the same positions that I think a lot of people are saying, yeah, we need to improve in there. Attacking midfield was certainly one of those. We've gone and done that. Great start to the transfer window. I'll probably give this signing a 7.5 out of 10. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 200 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, and don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below on this signing. What are your thoughts on Bradford City bringing in 24-year-old attacking midfielder Louie Sibley on loan from Championship side Oxford United? Like I say, if you want earlier access to some of the exclusive news that might come from a transfer's point of view, then the Tier 3 channel memberships is your place to be. I broke this news to you 2 days ago. Thank you all for watching though. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one.